Hey everyone, I wanted to go ahead and originally I was going to go ahead and use the Premiere, which was the MX Anywhere Premiere mouse or Revolution. I'm not sure exactly what it was called, by Logitech, and I liked it a lot. And that's the one that's got the cool thing. Well, you look it up, you'll find it. But I felt that felt really good. Um, the only thing I had the problem with it is that not that there was enough buttons, although I obviously need more buttons, but also it didn't do very well in gaming. So I went ahead and I changed out for the Logitech G700. And initially I've read on the line that there's a lot of complaints about this bad boy's, and here it is. There's a lot of complaints about the battery life not being very good. And I will admit, when you're using it, the battery life, if you're using a game capacity and you're not connected, you're going to get a shorter battery life. However, I've got to say, you detach the cable just like that. I've got to say, um, this is a phenomenal mouse. Now, the Anywhere mouse did go ahead and pick up on glass, which I was really impressed with. Um, one of the stupidest but yet really simplistic features, and I'm going to close this. There, that's probably a little easier to see. One of the stupidest, you've got this button on top, and you click it, and the mouse wheel scrolls freely, and it uses momentum, so you can actually scroll up and down. You click it again, and you get to the traditional. That is a stupid but remarkably brilliant feature. Really makes scrolling a lot nicer. Seen complaints where people say this thing isn't very comfortable. This is how it fits in my hand, and I'm a male, obviously, and I've got average size hands for a guy, so it's I don't think it's really too big or too small. Now these buttons on the side here, let me get in there. These aren't as comfortable as say the Performance Anywhere mouse buttons were, but they're functional. They've got very distinct tips and they're assignable. And what I've done is I've actually where classically you've got front and back for forward and backwards. I've done top and bottom of these back buttons, and then the forward one mutes my computer, and the other does zoom, and that works really well. Another thing that I like about this guy, over the performance mouse, was that you push this button right here, and you can see how much charge you have, and that's reassignable. All these buttons are reassignable, and then of course there's the profiles. Right now, like that's gaming profile, that's working profile, that's productivity profile, and you can have different button sets for all that. And I'm not the only. I gotta say, I really like this mouse. It feels good in the hand. No, it doesn't. You aren't going to get the eons of power that you get out of some of these, so you need to be aware of that. But it's a really good slides well, feels good in hands. Logitech's really outdone themselves with this one. I can see why this guy got either awards or mentions. It isn't a whole lot different than the G5 series or the G7 series, only the cord is optional. Another thing that I thought was that's something you should know though. If you are moving around, if you go ahead and you load your laptop into your backpack, make sure the way that Logitech's doing now is you have to switch these guys off. It's not really a pain. It's no different than taking a key fob out, or I'm sorry, that little fob bank. And I'll be honest, let me pull out. This uses the micro fob, but this is their new universal unit. So if I think I stopped there because it didn't like me doing that. But one of the things it does is it lets you figure out like if you want to go ahead and all the profiles are loaded onto the mouse. So if you took it to a different computer, plugged it in, your features will all work. It's kind of nice that way. Um, I just can't say enough good things about this at this point. I'm really impressed with how it works. I'm really impressed with its responsiveness. It's excellent gaming mouse. It feels good in the hand, and more importantly, it's been very good productivity-wise. So anyways, that's my, you can go ahead and look up the specs, but I thought I'd give you my review. I've had it for 2, 3 days now, and you can get it for Best Buy like $100, and occasionally there's sales, like it goes down to 79. You can go ahead and get it through Amazon for an area of probably about $80. If you're not sure, this is what I do. If I'm not sure, I go local, and I'm just really careful of the packaging, so when I put back together, the next guy doesn't have like a mess or anything. And in fact, when I took back the Performance Anywhere mouse MX, they weren't even sure I opened the packaging. But back to this, I think this is a pretty phenomenal device. Bravo Logitech, and I'm glad I picked it up. I hope that helps anyone who's on the fence about getting this type of mouse versus any other version. That's my 2 cents, and if you have any questions or comments, of course leave it in. I'll get back to it as soon as I can.